Hello everybody and welcome back to The Lost Planeswalker. You're here with me, Jesse, The Lost Planeswalker. In the current state of Duskmourn, the history has been long forgotten. Not even the name of this world remains. The relics that still exist are scattered around this house of futuristic technology. And before we get into that and talk about Duskmourn and its rooms, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. It's free and would really help me out. Okay, now let's get to know Valgaroth and the demons controlling the House of Duskmourn. So first off, Valgaroth is the linchpin demon who controls Duskmourn. Valgaroth long ago was imprisoned in an ordinary dwelling and worked out a way to redefine the prison by expanding its boundaries. Over time, he was able to take over the entire plane during what is now called the Ascension. Valgaroth's power has given the house a semi-sentience, enough to know what's inside of it. The time before the Ascension had the world consisting of 3 separate realms. Today in Duskmourn, Valgaroth has combined the physical and demonic realms into the house itself and has pushed the spirit realm to the edge of the blind eternities. Valgaroth is using the house for the sole purpose of feeding its hunger for terror and fear. Even though the house encompasses the entire plane and the survivors inside of the house are yet unable to satisfy his hunger, Valgaroth is always looking to expand and increase its population inside Duskmourn, and he tries opening portals to other realms that allows this to happen. In the past, opening these portals took a lot of energy and really could only be performed every couple years. Connecting to multiple realms at a time is well within their power. So talking about Valgaroth's power, even though his form is bound to the house, his power is so immense that it provides little challenge to whatever he wants. His connections to the house let him track anyone and command the monsters inside. The house and Valgaroth go through 2 essential phases called quiescence and harrowing. The quiescence is a lull in the house and Valgaroth's power, as they're going through a molt at that time. This process lasts for a few weeks, and it's the safest time in the house, giving the survivors time to collect themselves for what follows. The harrowing is the time when Valgaroth molts into its newest form. A surge of malevolent and demonic energy washes over the house and creates a few days of unimaginable evil that takes over the house and all of the monsters inside of it. Talking about the survivors, one very special one is Marina Vandrel, the lone surviving member of House Vandrel, in the house that Duskmourn started from. For reasons unknown, Marina is encased in a bubble of warped unreality that transforms the house as she moves through it. Marina is unaware of the demonic world around her, and other factors like what she truly knows and if she's truly aware of what's going on are unknown. So with that out of the way, let's look over the house and see what the geography of Duskmourn is. So the geography of Duskmourn can be described as impossible according to the text. Valgaroth and the house have control over the house, and the rooms of the house are always moving and shifting. Some bedrooms might open into a forest, and a door will take you to a hallway that transforms its marble floor into a fetid mire beneath your feet. While these changes seem random, it may be possible to track the changes, but throw that all out the door when Valgaroth is after you and changing the rooms at will. The only defending logic is that in order to go to a new area or room, you must enter a door, window, or some other aperture. Now, what is a room in Duskmourn? Each room is categorized into 5 different zones. In different rooms share a temperament and characteristic that can connect them to each other. Those 5 rooms are the Mistmoors, the Flood Pits, the Balmurk, the Boil Bridges, and the Hauntwoods. I'm going to go through each of those spaces, and I'm going to read directly from the text here because I think their descriptions are just so immaculate and just put them together so well. So, starting with the Mistmoors, empty foyers that ring with eerie silence, corridors lined with uncanny marble statues and draped with white fabric that ripples in unfelt breezes, cobwebbed attics beneath the tower arch eaves, stacked terraces drowning beneath ceaseless eroding sand. The Mistmourns is full of vast echoing spaces that unsettle and unnerve. Rooms in this zone are typically characterized by white stone architecture, billowing drapes, drifts of white blown sand, and flat gray skies with no visible sun. Moving on to the Flood Pits, we have a frozen subterranean lakes screen-lined corridors that breathe a cold, obscuring fog, twisting staircases that you can walk onto but never out of, libraries where waterfalls pour into waist-high lakes of soddened pages, damp, musty bedrooms molted with unsettling water stains. The flood pits is home to the most physical defying environments of the house, full of surreal passages and impossible architectural juxtaposition. Rooms in this zone tend to feature water in some form, liquid, solid, or gas, as well as water stains and wall-spanning banks of staticky screens. Moving to our third room, we have the Bailmer. Lightless foyers and rotting floorboards knit together by unpleasant dripping spider webs. Bogs ridden with gravestones and punctuated by withered, grasping trees. Basements sunk in ominous gloom, whose shadowy corners seem to move when glimpsed from the corner of your eye. Dimly lit and ominous, the Bailmerk is filled with shadows deeper than they seem like they should be, and unsettling organic shapes and substances. Jagged crevices and rotted footboards dominate, along with septic marshes and withered flora. Boy, that's a lot, which is in vivid contrast to the boil bilges. Furnace rooms full of suffocating heat. Stairways that end in abrupt drops into vents in sulfurous fire. Hallways whose walls are slashed with rips glowing a vivid, infected red. Scorched, blackened, fire-ravaged junk rooms. The boiler bilges is characterized by the most overtly treacherous terrain in the house, full of precipitous drops, jagged architecture, and belching flames. It's also prone to violent, destructive events like earthquakes and fire twisters, making survival in this zone an even less likely prospect than normal. Oh my gosh, these places are insane. And then lastly here, we have the Hauntwood. Hallways choked with thorny vines and brambles. Overgrown greenhouses full of specimen both venomous and carnivorous. Isolated cabins in the middle of dense, lightless woods. Crumbling domes strung with wicker hexes and strangled by trees shaped like human hands. Ugh. Out of all the zones, the Hauntwoods is where the line between inside and out seemingly environments is the most blurred, as trees, plants, and other vegetation invade dining rooms and corridors, and even act as support beams for ceilings lost somewhere among the canopy. In some cases, plants appear to be decaying the structure of the house itself through voracious, unresisting growth. So the final room, which is not really characterized by a room, is the below. This is the only static area of the house. This room lies deep within the basement of the house, which acts as the lightless home of Valgaroth. The below can only be accessed by locating it within the depths of the Bailmerk. The below gets deeper as Valgaroth molts, burrowing himself deeper and deeper into Duskmourn. It's rumored that the only true exit is located in the basement, but yet anyone who has ever ventured down there has never returned. Duskmourn is a wild place, and under some pretty serious demonic control that will surely bring a lot of fun to this world. And I say that because I want to say next, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to learn more. And if you're interested in hearing more about this place, the creatures, some of the new stuff they're adding, subscribe and stay tuned for that. Comment down below, what are you interested in learning about Duskmourn, because I'll do my best to put that into a video here. I hope you're excited as I am to dive into this set. And if you would please leave a like, share this video with a friend, and subscribe. That would mean the world to me, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Now today's Scryfall card of the day is 2 Arms. The call came, spellborn through mortar and stone to the ear of every soldier. The call came, and the advantage was ours. Loudest captain of the watch. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you later, Planeswalkers.